been a little while since I've actually been there now. Man, time has been flying. But I didn't actually have any A roll for after I left the tombs for the next item that I did. And so I head on over from the tombs over to the Daegu National Museum, which is, at the time at least, was free and pretty amazing. Like, it is interesting to walk through and see all the different pieces of history that I think I kind of missed at some of the other places. I just don't remember a lot of the other museums having as much about like clothes and marriage and things along those lines, whereas the Daegu Museum actually does. And I would also say that it's not that it lacks what the other museums did, like the major museum in Seoul. It still has all like the pottery and the history of pottery and how money and everything evolved. Definitely had some stuff about Buddhism. But what I was more interested in is looking at all the clothes and the differences of like how things happened, like when people are getting married, what the procession looked like, what the whole traditions of it looked like. That was super interesting to see. And one of the greatest things is that everything is free, so you could just walk right through. I do remember that I was told that they were going to be closing fairly shortly, so to make sure that I kind of made my way through. I think I had like an hour and a half, something like that. It wasn't all that long for the amount of exhibits they had, but I also feel that because of the times, it wasn't as filled. Like, there weren't as many exhibits as they possibly could have had. I feel there was like places that they could have put more items in. Part being like the great hall that you enter in, where all the chairs, or like a seating, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's almost like an auditorium. So it's like a stage area, and they had nothing really there, although it looks like they made it to where they could actually have some sort of showcase or a movie or something to be shown, and everybody could be a spectator. Aside from that, it was very logical. It was kind of a walk from point A to point B to point C, etc. And everything was really well explained. They had everything in Korean and in English. And then things that they didn't have that were kind of unique, might have just been in Korean, I think were really easily translated through my phone. So really no tough times whatsoever. And I have to say there were some pretty interesting interactive exhibits in there where you had like, I don't know what to call it, like an augmented reality type deal, but it wasn't really like you didn't have to wear glasses or anything. You're just walking in a room that would like react to what you were going to in the room. That was pretty cool. But overall, I stayed until closing and then went to go get dinner after this. I was starting to lose light as the day proceeded, and it's always dangerous going to a museum because those could be time vampires. So they just suck the light away. And yeah, overall, I'm happy that I went. It was part of the reason I went to Daegu. It was one of the things that was like on my checklist of things to do, and I had a really good time. And so I'll go ahead and end this here, though, and we'll see you in the Airbnb check-in, I believe. So until the next video.